If you're looking to buy a sampler like the EP133 from Teenage Engineering, you may have also considered stretching your budget a bit more to buy an OP1 secondhand. So today I will try to make your decision a bit easier, covering the differences and similarities of these two, so that at the end of this video you will know which one is better suited for your needs. So we're starting with physical things like the screen, the inputs and outputs, and the build quality. The OP1 is pretty much an old machine ready to become classic at this point, and that shows on the I/O that it has. It can be charged via mini USB, it's not even a micro USB, and it has just one input for mics or whatever you want to plug in, and one output. Whereas on the EP, you get the now standard USB-C, plus pretty much all the ins and outs that you need in a machine like this. So it wins this battle. Where the OP1 definitely wins but doesn't shine is on the build quality. And I'm not saying this very loud because the OP1 isn't great at that either, but it's just better because the EP is the worst I've seen in a while, and I've had issues with both in the past. My OP1 came with a key that retrigged sometimes when I pressed it, and for the EP, well, if you know, you know. Also, be careful because the EP is very prone to get scratches on the screen. It's all made of plastic, so it's the worst of the two. At least the OP1 has some heft to it, and that makes it feel the expensive machine that it is. Plus it has an OLED screen with plenty of animations that gives more feedback on what you're doing. Although the one on the EP is brighter, the easy scratches that I mentioned gives the edge to the OP1. This is so embarrassing, but I once tried to put a screen protector that I bought on Amazon, like a plastic screen protector for anything, and it ended up scratching the screen. At that time I couldn't laugh at that, but it's really annoying that this plastic scratches that easily. Let's talk about sonic capabilities. The OP1 is more of a do-it-all machine. Synth, sampler, sequencer, tape recorder, arpeggiators, LFOs, everything that you need. And that's a problem for the EP because if you want to change the samples, you have to either record it through the standard mic or the line input, or put them through the EP sample tool, which is really handy actually. But you cannot synthesize the sound, so you cannot come up with a new sound other than just cutting the sample or very limited stuff. The OP1 can also record to the sampler and even the tape from a hardware or instrument that you have, and even sampling the radio, which is cool. So I would give this category to the OP1. For actual beat making performance, the EP is easier to use because of its scenes and the way it manages projects. The ability to swap samples on the fly on songs, it's something that you don't have on the OP1. Everything that you'd record on tape stays on tape, and it's really difficult to manage it. Punching effects and effects overall are far better on the EP133 because you can record automations, you can also create transitions and build-ups with the punching effects, which is something that I wish the OP1 had in some form. Not to mention that you cannot undo on the OP1. At least you have one undo on the EP133. Songwriting is far more intuitive on the EP, and the way it manages sounds, songs and projects is much quicker than the OP1. Also, a huge thing for me that sets the EP apart from the OP1 is that you have to consider the sounds that will form the kit, because you have to import them in a WAV file and all the sounds have to be together. And with the EP you can put any sounds with any other sound and make your proper drum kit. The EP is very handy in that regard. Price-wise, the EP is still half the price of an OP1 second-hand, so if you're going to buy it, either you really want the synth capabilities or you really want a classic, or you can live with those aesthetics. Also, as I mentioned, lower prices are a sign of well-worn OP1s. I've seen speaker brokens, and also battery life can be compromised over the years, so bear that in mind. If you go for the OP1, you definitely acquire a piece of history. So speaking from my point of view and giving my self-constructed opinion, I would recommend you go for the EP, because now I rarely use the OP1. And that's a shame, but it is what it is. If you want to check videos of me playing with the EP and the OP1 separately, I'll put them here, somewhere there. I hope you have a better idea of what you're getting, and thanks for watching.